Numbers can be fun, and we've heard a lot of numbers related to the library in a park bond these past few months. I want to be completely transparent. But first, let's talk about numbers not directly related to the library. Hopefully this helps paint an overall picture of the city's financial situation and our plan of action. Here are some of the numbers related to the former city representatives behind the Vote No PAC. $10 million. That's how much this group issued in 2008 as a certificate of obligation for the acquisition of a vacant grocery store located at the Four Corners. $8.4 million. This represents the amount of taxpayer money spent by the city on the immigration and voting rights legal cases from 2006 to 2014. $8.9 million. After voters overwhelmingly rejected the issuance of $5 million for a water park, Council then went ahead and issued certificates of obligation for $6.5 million in 2012. After the project came in over budget by $1.7 million, Council chose not to value engineer the project, but instead used $1.7 million from the water and sewer fund balance. And finally, $14 million. To date, the city has issued $14 million out of $23.5 million street and infrastructure improvement bond that passed in 2014. This was needed to fund the repairs of our neglected roads while we fought the aforementioned lawsuit for almost 7 years. That's $31.9 million in debt and an additional $8.9 million in spending from the poor actions of past councils and the brains behind the Vote No PAC. Not surprisingly, we don't hear a word about how their poor decisions and inaction has put us in our current debt situation. The city recently passed a $15 million bond that was supposed to increase our rate by 2.2 cents. However, we took actions to absorb these bonds and reduce our tax rate below our effective rate, thereby giving money back to the residents. The currently proposed bond is $24 million. The first portion of debt will be $20 million, or 2.5 cents. This will not be called until late 2020 at the earliest, and will provide 2 more years of tax-based growth. The final $4 million of that bond would not be called until the new library is complete. Additionally, we're calling for the close to the same amount of debt on a tax rate increase basis as the previous bond. This will absorb a big chunk of the currently proposed bond. I ask that you put your trust in us. We were responsible with your funds before, and we plan on building on that trust with this new bond. We are not a go-along to get along council. Most of our council members are focused on positive growth and reinvestment in our community. Join me and vote yes for a new library. Let's continue to reinvest in our amazing community and create a beautiful, engaging space that is the cornerstone of Farmers Branch.